highest amount of layoffs in October in over 20 years, along with Tesla's Investor Day and Opendoor's Investor Day, is what we're going to talk about today on Stock Market News Explained. So the big news, pretty much dragging a lot of the market down today, is the insane amount of job cuts that occurred this October compared to last October. About 100,000 more. Yeah, that's pretty significant. And there's definitely a few reasons why. One of the main reasons a lot of people have been talking about for a while is anticipation along with actually what's going on in real time with AI replacing people's jobs. So you have that, companies cutting back, as soon as they can get any form of AI to replace any position. It looks like they're going ahead and trying it out to improve their balance sheets, showing how they, especially public companies, showing how they could save costs, along with it seems like a lot of companies that have positions that held on since, companies that were lucky enough to have increased business levels during the pandemic and had to hire a bunch of extra staff. It seems like now they're choosing to lay them off, which goes hand in hand with just not needing his money, since the economy is pulling back in general, along with them, the perfect timing of those positions being able to be replaced with AI, or at least they, think so far. So they're making the cuts and just trimming companies. That's what companies do in general, right before, the country eases into recession, which the government's still being shut down over a month later definitely isn't helping things. So yeah, still plenty of reason for pessimism in the market. Yeah, it's a big number, 100,000 more. So some positive news, though, that could possibly come out of Investor Day with Tesla, besides him wanting to get paid way more, is that they're going to finally give updates on Robotaxi and how their timeline is improving with being able to roll that out in a more scaled way, along with their new platform of their next generation vehicles that they could possibly do for lower costs, produce more, and just continue to scale, how many Teslas people start driving across the country. So they might even release a new model. You never know with Elon. He says stuff all the time. It takes a while to deliver, but he does eventually deliver. So I think he's really going to focus on, the reports have been his passion lately has been in redesigning Optimus. That's why there's been a lot of layoffs in his company in general, just on that, or just people quitting, because he's been so intense about finally getting it right and actually being able to produce an Optimus robot that lives up to what he's been saying it can do for plenty of years. So we'll see where he's actually at with that. And the investor day that I'm pretty excited about is an early stage turnaround in a company called Opendoor Technologies, which is a company that I think people are going to continue to hear more and more about, especially like today is a pivotal day in their earnings, or their investor day, which they actually are partnering with Robinhood and doing it live on Robinhood's platform as well as on X. And it's going to be a lot more retail investor friendly. They're going to allow retail investors to ask questions, to give input. And basically, they're trying to turn the company around from being a iBuyer, which was great when we had a real estate boom a couple of years ago, but definitely the company fell off a lot since then. So the new CEO that has come over from Shopify is trying to change it to continue to advance the trend of basically eliminating the need to actually need a realtor to buy and sell a home, to make it a more pleasant experience, to make it a more often or just a better experience in general for people to think about buying and selling and not knowing why they're paying 6% to an agent, and just rethinking the whole process of buying and selling, along with tokenization, possibly. I mean, being able to buy real estate with crypto, since everybody knows we have plenty of crypto millionaires, which the first wave of crypto millionaires, all they wanted to buy was Lambos and things to show off with. But now they're getting older and starting families, and they're much more interested in buying homes. And if Opendoor can create the platform where they can buy homes with their crypto and simplifying that for them, that opens up a whole nother segment for the company. So lots to see with what they present today. They're also starting to become a profitable company in general without all these extra benefits of these possibilities and partnerships. But which would also, there's been a lot of speculation since they're actually presenting on Robinhood's platform today, and they're obviously communicating with Robinhood's CEO, Vlad, if there's a possibility for a partnership between Opendoor and Robinhood in general, since, Opendoor is being revamped. Robinhood has been talking for a while now how they actually want to allow people to buy and sell real estate through their platform as well. So the more the two of them talk, I'm sure there's more room to figure out how they could actually form a mutually beneficial partnership for both of them. So that will be exciting to see. So we'll see what happens today on both of those. And yeah, it's a tough take on the jobs, the layoffs in October. But that is some of the biggest stories I think to focus on today. Let me know your questions, comments, and definitely do a follow-up tomorrow to see how both investor days actually turn out. And yeah, feel free to leave your comments, questions, anything you want me to present on the next tomorrow's episode. And thanks for watching.